H. Greg gives.
Yep. And what are they giving, Kevin?
They're giving away. You know what? I don't have time to tell you guys.
Go to hhgreg.com/Samsung. Sign up.
Yeah, you got to sign up.
They have daily prizes and weekly prizes, and they have a grand prizes.
And who knows? By the time the contest gets halfway through, they might have hourly prizes because they're giving away everything.
Yep. And be quick about it because the grand prize gets picked
including
the day after
Georgia's
the Super
Mother's
Bowl.
Draws.
That ain't a prize, dog. That's
I'm
a
just
parachute.
saying. But anyway, right below in the description box is
go
the
there,
link.
sign up. You got a chance to win TVs, tablets, Dan Marino gear, TVs, tablets.
And they teamed up with the Dan Marino Foundation, and he's giving away autographed helmets, jerseys, all kinds of memorabilia. So it's actually a really cool thing that they're doing.
Ace Ventura DVDs. I'm kidding.
You gotta get funny, man.
He's in the movie.
Oh, that's right. Damn, dog, I forgot about that. Why you leave me hanging, man?
Because, man, you gotta be. You're not sharp.
It's lonely.
You're not sharp.
My HH Greg hand.
Anyway, what Kevin and I came to the conclusion.
Thanks, man.
Is I think the NFL is about to create themselves a monster, and what I mean by that is there's a new rookie salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it. I always thought it was great, and then I think it sort of backfired. And I think the glowing example is. Look no further than my man's team right here.
Yeah.
Is RG3 because let's face it, he had no business being on the field in the second quarter or second half of that game. That's my opinion.
Mine too.
You had a man who got a concussion and he came back a week later. That seems sketchy. He had a 4-week knee injury and came back a week later. Again, seems kind of sketchy.
Right.
And what I think this might come down to is the fact that they're not getting that giant chunk of guaranteed money anymore, and they want to get out of that rookie contract. And they know if they're not going to play, no one's going to sign them to a bigger deal.
Yeah, and taking it from another angle, what my man George is alluding to is that if you really look,
did you say alluding?
I said alluding, man. Did you like that word? You know, sometimes I use big words. Is that if you really look at the play of the rookies as of late, and I mean this year and last year, we have seen, I think, the best performances by rookie players in years. I mean, look at the quarterbacks. Look tonight, Colin Kaepernick. I know that you're not happy with that, but Colin Kaepernick, I mean, just lit up the Packers with his legs, and you saw RG3, you see Russell Wilson, you saw Andrew Luck. Look at the class from last year. I mean, how many quarterbacks? You know, you got Kaepernick, you got the boy in Cincinnati, Dalton. You have so many people. Look at Alfred Morris as a running back. You're starting to see, and to some degree, I think now these college players are coming out and they're thinking, I have to prove myself for these first few years because I'm not making the big money. I'm making good money, but I'm not making the big money now because of this new thing. I think it's cool.
And the other players it could be hurting are the older players because now, as a coach, I'm looking at a guy who's been here for 6 or 8 years, and his mandatory salary is higher than this rookie. I'm going to put in the rookie. Go look at the Colts. Right. The Colts, I think, at one point was starting 11 rookies. Mm-hmm. They had like 20-some rookies on the team, and they were starting 11.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but to me, what I'm worried about is, and from my view, is you have a linebacker. Or look at the kid up in the Jets when McElroy finally got in. McElroy finally got his chance, got to play, got a concussion, didn't tell anyone about it. Well, now you're going to be 21, 22, and you think you're invincible anyway, and you got a concussion or you got a knee problem, and you stay in the game when maybe you shouldn't, and now you're really hurt.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have to go Negro Damas on you people, too, and tell you one thing that I think you could see. I think in the future, at the running back position, and when I say running back position, I exclude Purple Jesus. Purple Jesus, as you guys know, is Adrian Peterson because he's Purple Jesus. He can walk.
Did you see their team photo this year?
The team photo of the Minnesota Vikings. If any of you guys want, I'll send it to you. It's a picture of Adrian Peterson, Purple Jesus. That's the team photo. But I think that at the running back position, if you've noticed over a few years, you got the two-headed monster. 10 years ago, you didn't see that.
Shouldn't you have said like monster?
Monster. I saw two-headed monster. I think you're going to start seeing the running back of the life of the running back in the NFL go like this. Because the young guys, I mean, you see running backs don't play much past 30. And now they're thinking, okay, if I can get another guy in, it's good, plug him in my system. And where you see this a lot, I'm going to explain this to you, is in Washington. You saw we had Helu last year. We had Tim Roy Halou, Tim Hightower, both had pretty decent seasons. Where are they? They're gone. And here comes Alfred Morris. It's basically like if I have a running back and he can get me to that second, third year, the next thing you know, I can get another one, get him in there. You're going to see that. And they're going to keep those. They're not going to be paying big money.
Dude, one of the greatest clips ever was Jerry Glanville. And this
Jerry Glanville, you said.
Coach for the Atlanta Falcons. And
when was that, 1939?
Pretty much. He looks at the ref and goes, you keep making, you know what NFL stands for? If you keep making calls for like that, not for long, which is basically what the NFL's turning into. Like, if you're not producing right now, you won't be there for long. They don't care. There's too many people, and it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate to watch these people sacrifice so much to make it to the level and literally just get thrown away. Yeah. Because that's what's happening. You can look no further than San Francisco.
Yeah. Yeah. What with Alex Smith?
Alex Smith.
If
that dude, Harbaugh understands and gets it. He knows it's cutthroat, but it sucks.
It is.
Like, it's the most dangerous sport in America.
It is.
For Americans. Like, seriously. I mean, you would stand less of a chance getting hurt riding a bull.
And I told George, a couple of weeks ago, and most of you guys said, George and I were in a huge debate about Colin. George was saying he felt bad about the Harbaugh situation and how he went with Alex Smith, and he thought it dicked over Alex Smith. And I said, well, I feel Kaepernick can get it done better. Kaepernick brings more opportunities, and whatever. Who gives a fuck? But the bottom line was I was talking to George tonight about it, and he was about ready to text me. It was funny as shit when
Kaepernick opens the game throwing a pick six, and I'm at the bar, and the next highlight I see he's running in a touchdown. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
But what I was getting at was like, what I was explaining to George was, I said, you know what it was? I think the biggest thing with the decision making with that was not so much. I mean, I think Kaepernick gives him better chances with his legs. You saw that tonight. He can do a lot with his legs. I mean, it's crazy, but it was an age thing. It was now we've got a guy that is equal to the quarterback we've had for a while. And you know what? He can be our future. And this other guy's almost 30. And he's been around with our team for 8 years, and he hasn't done anything spectacular. You know what I mean? So, see ya. And I think that's how it's going to be in the NFL.
I tell you what, they better keep that non-spectacular dude around for when that young buck gets his knees blown up.
Because we saw what happened in Washington. Anyway, tell us your thoughts on it, what you guys think, and go down and visit H.H. Gregg and see what they're doing with the Dan Marino Foundation. See if you guys can win yourself some free stuff. We're out.